Good morning, everyone. We have some incredible news today from the world of science. Imagine finding a family secret that changes everything you thought you knew about your ancestors. That is exactly what has happened. Scientists have found the oldest human DNA ever recorded. This is a huge breakthrough. It comes from a very, very old bone found deep inside a cave in Spain. This discovery is like finding a lost chapter in the story of humanity. It's forcing us to rethink our own origins and the complex journey that led to us, modern humans, walking the earth today. So what does it mean to find a lost branch on our family tree? Think of human evolution like a big, sprawling tree with many different branches. We, Homo sapiens, are on one of those branches. We used to think we knew most of the other major branches, like the Neanderthals. But this new discovery suggests there was another significant branch we knew nothing about. It was a whole group of ancient people who lived, loved, and eventually disappeared from the world. This isn't just a minor twig, it's a whole new lineage that complicates our family history in the most fascinating way. The incredible find came from a place called Sima de los Huesos, which means pit of bones in Spanish. It's a deep, dark chamber at the bottom of a cave system in northern Spain. For years, scientists have been pulling ancient human fossils from this pit. They have found the remains of at least 28 individuals. But getting DNA from bones this old is almost impossible. The DNA was dated to be an astonishing 430,000 years old. Before this, the oldest human DNA we had was about 100,000 years old. This find pushes back our ability to study our genetic past by hundreds of thousands of years. The bones themselves look like they belonged to early Neanderthals. That was the logical assumption for a long time. They had some Neanderthal-like features, especially in their faces and teeth. So everyone expected that if we ever got DNA, it would link them directly to the Neanderthal line. But science is full of surprises, and this was a big one. The genetic material extracted from one of the thigh bones told a completely different story. It was a story no one was expecting, and it sent shockwaves through the scientific community, opening up a brand new mystery for us to solve. When scientists finally managed to piece together parts of the DNA, they got the shock of their lives. It wasn't a close match to Neanderthals at all. Instead, it was most similar to a different, more mysterious group of ancient humans called the Denisovans. This was truly confusing. The Denisovans were thought to have lived thousands of miles away in Siberia, Asia. Their fossils were found on the other side of the world. How could these early humans in Spain be genetically related to a group from so far away? This unexpected link changed everything we thought we knew about where these groups lived. So let's talk about these ancient people, now often called the Sea Hominins. Who were they? Based on their bones, they were strong and robust, similar in build to Neanderthals. They were likely skilled hunters, living in a much colder Europe than we know today. They probably used simple stone tools to survive, hunt large game, and process their food. The fact that so many of them were found together in one pit has led some to believe it might be the earliest evidence of a ritual burial. They may have cared for their dead, a very human-like behavior. How do they compare to us and our other relatives? Let's break it down simply. Modern humans, or Homo sapiens, are our direct ancestors. Neanderthals were our closest known extinct relatives, living mostly in Europe and Western Asia. The Denisovans were a more recently discovered group from Asia, identified from just a few small bones. The Sima hominins now seem to be an early offshoot of the Neanderthal line, but they also share this strange, deep genetic link to the Denisovans. It's like finding out you have a long-lost cousin who also happens to be related to another distant part of your family. This discovery introduces a whole new group to our family album. They are not quite Neanderthals, not Denisovans, and certainly not modern humans. They are something unique, a separate branch that existed for a very long time. This finding reveals that the human story during this period, the Middle Pleistocene, was far more complex than we ever imagined. There weren't just one or two types of early humans wandering around. It was a world filled with diverse populations, and some of them were intermingling in ways we are only just beginning to uncover now. One of the biggest questions is, what happened to this lost branch of our family? Why did they disappear? The truth is, we don't know for sure, but there are several theories. It's possible that they were simply outcompeted by other, more successful human groups. As the climate changed and resources became scarce, they may have struggled to adapt. Perhaps later, more advanced Neanderthals moved into the region and replaced them. Extinction was a common reality for many species, including our own ancient relatives. Their world was a tough place to survive. Another possibility is that they didn't completely disappear. Instead, they may have been absorbed into other populations. As different groups of early humans met, they sometimes interbred. We know that modern humans carry some Neanderthal DNA, and some of us also have Denisovan DNA. It could be that the Sima hominins didn't vanish, but instead merged with the emerging Neanderthal populations in Europe. Their unique genetic signature might have been diluted over thousands of generations until it was eventually lost, leaving behind only this faint echo in a 430,000-year-old bone. This discovery is incredibly important for understanding our own history. It shows us that the path to modern humans was not a straight line. It was a messy, complicated web of different groups, many of whom we are only just discovering. For so long, we pictured a simple progression from ancient ape-like ancestors to us. But the reality is much more interesting. Our past is filled with diversity, with many different kinds of humans coexisting and sometimes interacting. This find from the pit of bones adds a huge piece to that puzzle, even while it creates new questions for us to answer. By studying the DNA of the Sima hominins, we can learn more about the common ancestor we share with both Neanderthals and Denisovans. This ancient DNA acts like a genetic time capsule. It allows us to see what our ancestors' genes looked like much earlier than ever before. It helps us pinpoint when these different human lineages split from each other. It's a vital clue that helps us draw the map of human migration and evolution across the ancient world. Every new piece of information like this fills in a blank spot on that map, giving us a clearer picture of where we all came from. So, what does this all mean for the big picture of human evolution? Well, it fundamentally changes the timeline. It suggests that the split between our lineage, Homo sapiens, and the lineage leading to Neanderthals and Denisovans happened much earlier than we thought. The Sima hominins already seem to be on their own evolutionary path 430,000 years ago. This pushes back the date of our common ancestor, potentially to 1,000,000 years ago, or even earlier. It's like discovering your family history goes back several more centuries than you ever knew. This discovery also highlights the power of new technology. For decades, the bones from the Cima de los Huesos cave could only tell us about the physical shape of these ancient people. But now, thanks to amazing advances in genetic sequencing, we can read the stories written in their DNA. This opens up a whole new frontier for paleoanthropology. Scientists can now revisit old fossil collections from museums around the world and try to extract genetic material. Who knows what other lost relatives are waiting to be discovered in a dusty museum drawer? The story of the Sima hominins reminds us that our understanding of the past is always evolving. Science is not about having all the answers. It is about asking better questions and being open to new evidence, even if it challenges our long-held beliefs. The human family tree is growing more complex and more fascinating with every new find. It's a powerful reminder that we are part of a very long and diverse story, and that we are lucky to be living in a time when we can uncover these secrets from our deep, shared past. This is a story that is still unfolding, and we want to know what you think. Does this discovery change how you see our human origins? What other mysteries do you think are waiting to be found deep in the earth? We would love to hear your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Science is a conversation, and your curiosity is a vital part of it. Thank you so much for joining us today for this incredible look into our ancient past. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing stories from our world.